Mi voluntario, what's going on, everybody? Hey, I don't even know what's about to happen today, but all I know is, do you see this? I told you we had something great coming. Today, we are at the University of Tennessee warming up for this great workout that we're about to have with Coach Metz. Chicago born and raised, have made a couple of stops, national weightlifter in 2022, strength conditioning assistant coach of the year. Hey, as always, welcome to Lady Vols. Man, I'm already tired, but ladies and gentlemen, Coach Ryan Metzger, as everybody knows her here, it's Coach Metz. Coach, thank you so much for having Vamos Vols here.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah? How are you feeling?
I am excited for today and to see you lift.
Have you? Well, we know that you work here with Division I athletes, but have you ever taught a newbie?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
So we are extremely excited to be here because, you know, at the end of the day, everybody gets to see what the athletes do. Everybody gets to see the athletes perform, but I've yet to see the behind the scenes type of stuff. You know, what are some of those workouts that they do? What are some of those things, you know, nutrition aspect? You know, obviously they have to eat good, but talk to me a little bit about what these athletes go through to be able to perform the way that they perform.
Yeah, a lot of people just kind of see the end result, which is the game or the match or whatever they're doing, and there's actually a lot of time and effort that these athletes put behind the scenes, and they work with strength and conditioning coaches, the dietitians, our mental health performance coaches, athletic trainers. So there's a lot of support with these athletes in order to get them on stage and perform the way that they do. So they're with me, you know, hours and hours throughout the week to perfect and do everything that they can and showcase their talent on the stage.
What are those sports that you work with here at UT?
So I specifically work with women's soccer and women's tennis here.
With women's soccer, women's tennis, you guys have seen that we have had actually already conducted 2 episodes with women's soccer and women's tennis. We have seen what those programs have done. Our women's tennis program just hit the Final Four since 2002, if I'm not mistaken. Our women's soccer program, you know, in the NCAAs, so we can see what you're, you know, being able to do, and we thank you for what you do here with our strength and conditioning program. I don't know.
Are the medals laying you down?
This is already the workout. I'm already working on my lower back right here. Coach, hey, is this a gold medal right here?
That is a gold national medal.
Tell us what we got. Tell everybody here what I got around my neck.
So I really appreciate being able to lead by example, and so my athletes push me a lot to be the best athlete that I can be. And when I'm not coaching them in my free time, I train myself in Olympic weightlifting, and I've been pretty successful on the national stage, and those medals are the result.
Is it per weight class? Is it lifts? I'm new at this and the whole weightlifting aspect of, you know, I have played college sports and blah, 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 but in the aspect of competition, I don't know about that. So
Pittsburgh is the senior national championships for USA weightlifting.
Senior national championships?
Yes.
Like 65 and over?
No. The age is about 20 to 35 is considered a senior. And after age 35, you become a master athlete. So you're in a different age category. So I will compete against anyone that is my age, younger, or older.
Oh my gosh.
And everything is weight class categorized, and so I will have to weigh in before I compete, making sure that I make my weight class, and then I will do 3 attempts at snatch, which is ground to overhead movement in one.
Snatch?
Yep, that's snatch. That's an Olympic lift.
Okay.
And then the second lift, I'll get 3 attempts at clean and jerk. So clean is from ground to shoulders in one motion, and then the jerk is from shoulders to overhead.
And I think that those are going to be some of the exercises that we're going to be learning today.
Yeah.
To see if we got what it takes to be a weightlifter at the national level. Coach, what is this?
It's a rower.
This is where the rowing team's at.
Yeah.
Let me warm up.
You go for it.
I'm over here warming up. Hey man, we're well rounded. We do Spanish episodes, we do English episodes, and we do all sports. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pull your toe to your shin, knee up nice and high. And now we're gonna rotate around, and then come down.
Okay.
It's gonna go 2, up, out, around, down, and now we reverse. Back, around, in, down, a little more, back, around.
I felt something pop. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear this, but I felt something pop. Okay. I do want to backtrack a little bit. I do want to talk a little bit about your upbringing.
Yeah.
And when was that moment that Coach Matt said, I want to be a strength and conditioning coach?
Yeah, it's a great story. I don't tell it a ton. I don't get asked really when that moment was.
And that's why we're here, baby. That's why we're here.
It's not something I share a lot, but so I'm the youngest of 5 kids. I grew up in Chicago, Illinois, so in the city of Chicago, not the outskirts. And so being a kid in the city, you know, and being part of such a big family, it's just great to have your siblings around. And my brothers, 2 of my brothers, super athletic, and I was the youngest kid, and I wanted to be like them. I thought they were super cool, and they were really my inspiration as far as athletics is concerned. And there was one day, I remember my oldest brother, he was playing around. We had a weight set in our house, and he was playing around on the weight set, and he brought it out to the patio, and he said, hey, come check out what I can do. And he had a bunch of weight on the bar, and I don't remember the movement that he did, but somehow he got the bar to over his head, and I remember thinking, that's so cool.
What happened next?
So I went to Wisconsin Oshkosh for my undergrad. Thought I was going to be an athletic trainer, so I thought I was going to tape the ankles, do the rehab, be that medical person. And when I went to college as a gymnast, I got introduced to a strength and conditioning coach. Yep.
That's it. That's it, gymnast stuff.
That is all you need to know to be a gymnast.
Oh man, come on. Did you see how I had to pull these things back? Okay, so we're doing gymnastics at the University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
From athletic trainer, you said,
I said, I don't want to be on this side of athletics. I want to be on the performance side of athletics.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was a path to do that until I met Steve Brown, my strength and conditioning coach.
Okay.
So after one semester of learning how to tape everything from your toes all the way up to your elbow.
Which, if I may, that is a huge part
Yes.
of sports because, you know, playing in my time, the athletic trainers were doing work. University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, we're done. Now we did an internship with them. What happened next?
Next step is I had to do another internship externally from the university, and someone just randomly suggested, hey, why not the University of Kentucky? We had a student go there, she really liked it. And me being from Chicago, Midwestern girl, raised in D3 athletics, I had no idea what Kentucky was.
Yeah.
I didn't understand they were Division I. I didn't understand they were in the SCC. I had no idea the elite exposure that I was going to get.
I guarantee it.
So naively, I emailed and said, hey, I would love to intern. It was overwhelming, but I didn't know that it was overwhelming because I had no idea the scope of everything that I was working around.
Wow.
And so as an intern, I just was taking everything in and really digesting everything that they had to offer. And so after my first summer there, I ended up moving to Lexington. I really just kind of went out there, didn't know much. They said we would love Took the leap.
Yeah.
And I ended up interning for a whole nother year.
Okay.
And and then get a little bit of a dip.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So they're a little bit stiffer, a little bit heavier, and as you can see, the heel's elevated.
Is that for
That's for weightlifting specifically.
weightlifting specific?
So a lot of times you find people have some restrictions with their mobility in order
Right.
to get to a full squat. And so if you elevate the heel, it helps shorten that muscle so that you can actually get the full range of motion.
But can I wear those just for the regular workout, or is just for Olympic lifting?
Normally just for Olympic lifting or squatting. On a snatch, we're going to have a wide grip as we go on the bar.
What's all that white stuff on there,
This
Coach?
is chalk. So chalk
Ooh.
helps with the grip on the bar, and as you can see, there's knurling as well. So there's a rough spot of the barbell versus the smooth.
Okay.
And so we're gonna use the knurling part of stuff.
Okay, knurling part.
Yep. So as I go through, our grip's gonna be nice and wide on this barbell, and I'll go through my barbell warm up just to show you what we do for snatch, but we'll really break this down
Okay.
for you. So first we get some good,
Oh gosh.
that's how we gotta warm up the hips.
gosh.
So we're going here, and then the next one we're gonna just get a muscle snatch. So we're gonna go straight up overhead. So I was asking how your shoulders are. And then the last thing we do is we get our full snatch. So we're gonna work on incorporating our depth with that overhead movement.
Oh, you gotta go down on that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's why, like I was saying, we get some good hip movement in.
Boom. The 2022 Assistant Strength and Conditioning Coach of the Year.
We are.
Tell me how we got to get that award.
So a couple of other steps in between there.
Okay, from Kentucky, there was a couple more. Okay.
So once I finished Kentucky on the Olympic side, I wanted to be really well-rounded and get exposure to a bunch of other athletes. And so I asked football if I could come work with their athletes.
Okay.
And so I got the opportunity to work Kentucky football for 6 months as one of their coaches before taking my first full-time job at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond.
Virginia Commonwealth, you were what there?
An assistant sports performance coach.
And then after Virginia Commonwealth,
After about 4 years there, roughly,
4 years at Virginia Commonwealth.
I then took a big step back into, Power 5 athletics, and I got my position at Clemson in 2019.
Wow.
We're
The
a tiger.
Tigers. What? And at Clemson, you were strength and conditioning coach for women's soccer
Yes,
and strength and conditioning coach for the softball program.
which was a brand new program.
Brand new program, which excelled
Right off the bat.
Right off the
no
bat.
pun intended.
right off the bat. Did you get that? Right off the bat. What an amazing journey you have had from Clemson. How did we get to the University of Tennessee?
Yeah, and so the University of Tennessee was a position that I thought would really suit me and help me to excel. I get to still work with soccer and then change a little bit my sport, get to go back to tennis, which I actually had at Kentucky. So I get to come back full circle to the SCC. I get to do it in a different program, get exposure to a bunch of different athletes. But this place in Knoxville has really become a home for me, and I appreciate the opportunity to get to work here. Okay, now just keep it nice and close to the body.
Keep it close to the
Elbows
body.
up, like we did before. Oh, that was beautiful.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Keep it close to the body.
You're natural. Last one. Great job.
Lady Vols! What is that message to your young ladies that might want to do what you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think you always hear the saying, in order to be it, you have to see it. And so for me, I entered the field over 10 years ago, when there were 10 women in the field, and conferences looked very different, and it was all very male dominated, and we're seeing more and more women enter the field. And so for me, I just want women to know it's possible.
Absolutely. What an amazing opportunity we've had today to get to meet Coach Metz. She's doing it big. She's doing it big. This just goes to show you that whatever dreams you have, you can make them a reality. She said it earlier. She surrounded herself with people that had that same goal and that same mentality. And it started with her older brother. Those influence, those people that you're around, they can influence you to achieve your goals. She is now strength and conditioning coach for our Lady Vols women's soccer program and our Lady Vols women's tennis program. 2022 Assistant Strength and Conditioning Coach of the Year. National, a bunch of medals. Weightlifting competitor. Give it up. Coach Metz, thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
For your time.
Appreciate it.
Vamos Vols! Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.